this world, changing your mindset.
Raising courageous girls is the quintessential resource for raising girls in the current culture. Culture is the air we breathe. Taking it for granted might be dangerous for our women and society in general. The toxic cultural messages and stereotypes that are disrespectful, belittling, and limiting to women has been a silent hindrance to so many women for being their best. Among women who have overcome this hindrance is the General Manager, Muritala Muhammed Airport, stroke the Regional General Manager, Southwest Airport, Mrs. Victoria Shina-Aba, who spoke about raising courageous and resilient children. Our focus on a girl child.
Be this world, changing your mindset.
Raising a courageous and resilient women in a challenging society today in our world is a problem for everyone in our society. Good to have you today on another show of Be This World. Let's go for a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue. Don't go away or wherever.
Be this world, changing your mindset.
Welcome back to just join us. This is Be This World. Today on the show, we'll be looking at women in our society and their achievements and the thing that has been stopping so many of them. Because you will agree with me that Nigerian women are actually intelligent people, but still there's a barrier that's stopping them from being their best. Discussing this topic today is no other person than the Muritala Muhammed International Airport's manager and also a regional manager of Southwest Airport, the woman managing the busiest airport in Nigeria and one of the biggest airports in Nigeria. Join me to welcome today on the show Mrs. Victoria Shina-Aba. Good to have you on this one. Wow, you're looking good always.
Thank you.
Welcome on the show. How has it been? I hope the stress has not been too much because we can see the good work you're doing at international airports. It's actually having a facelift and change of look. I hope the stress has not been too much on you.
Yes, well, the stress has not been much. It's been a long walk too. Getting to this place, so it's a familiar terrain. So it comes with these challenges, but
yeah, talking about it's been a long walk and it's a familiar terrain. You're actually the first woman to appointed in this position. How does that make you feel and how is the challenging?
well, yes, I'm the first female to be the airport manager of Muritala Muhammed Airport after about 40 years of its existence. It's a good one and okay. Challenges, well, in airport operations, there's no male, there's no female.
Yeah.
You know, the job just have to be done. And if you understand it, you don't have an issue, irrespective of your gender.
Exactly.
So I don't think I have any issue with my
Gender, being a woman.
Being a woman.
The men here are actually helping you get your job done very well.
Yes, they do, and they cooperate very well.
Wow, that's a good one coming from you. Now today we're here. We're not actually talking about airports. We want to talk about the people you are so much passionate about, girl child in Nigeria. Now the coming of the Vice President of the United States of America, Harris, a lot of women has been clamoring, oh, Nigeria is going to have the first female governor, female president, and we're like, is this possible? Can this be possible? Do you think it's possible?
Yeah, it's possible and
doable.
It's doable. It's possible and doable because, well, over time, gender should not be an issue when it comes to governance or administration. The most important thing is competency.
Yeah.
Competency, and I want to believe that we have as many competent women as we have men. Competent men. So it's giving a fair playing ground. Women can do very, very well.
Or even do better.
or even do better.
I like that. It's okay.
You know, the emotion comes into
Exactly.
the women thing again, you know, stuff, being a mother, be able to balance things.
Yeah, that's another problem, another challenge that many women might be facing. And that is why most men wouldn't want them to come at the playing ground. You know, finding out that within a short time she's going to take in and she's going to go off the work. She's going to be nursing a baby. That takes her off her duty post. So it has been a problem for women. Is that what you're trying to say?
Not really, but it's an issue.
Yeah.
It's an issue with the female gender. Especially females of childbearing age. Female of childbearing age. But you know, life is in stages.
Life is revolving.
And it's revolving. Yeah. And within, let's say, 5-10 years, you are off that stage. And if you are very good at what you do as a woman, you can level up with your male contemporaries.
It's okay now. Let's go for a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Be this world, changing your mindset.
Welcome back to Just Joining Us. This is Be This World. And my guest has been the Muhammed International Airports Manager and Southwest Regional Manager of Airports. And her name is Mrs. Victoria Shina-Aba. And we're discussing raising courageous and resilient children, more especially girl child in a challenging society. Now, before we went on break, my question was, we have seen a lot of parents who went through difficult time to become who they are today in their life, and they say, no, I don't want my child to go through what I went through. I don't want my child to suffer what I suffer. Then they tend to do opposite of all what you say, do everything for their child, even write exams for them, marry for them, just everything, virtually everything for them. So how do we get the kind of girls you're talking about with this kind of attitude in our parents of today?
Unfortunately, that is what is happening, but it's not going to help anybody, especially the children, because the fact is that they're not going to be there all the time. And that's one of the things that cause these unstable marriages these days. Bring up a girl child, she doesn't know how to cook, she doesn't know how to clean the house, she doesn't know how to do anything. Yes, if she get married, yes, she can get help, but the finishing touches still
lies on
to
the
be
mother
there.
Of the house, yeah.
So we are not doing them any good if we do that. Yes, the environment with which you grew up is different from what we have now. But then, as a parent, you have to weigh the thing. Yes, like I had an experience. My mother was very strict, very, very strict. Talking to her was an issue growing up, and I didn't like it. So I made up my mind.
I'm going to break that chain.
I'm going to break that, and I'm going to be close to my children, especially my child. And that was what I did. It was a conscious effort that look. But then, every other thing like household chores, working, doing things, sending them money and whatever, I believe we can still do that. It's still discipline. Personally, I don't do it. I don't do special centers for my children, either you're a girl or a boy. I don't do, yes, I can get to a lesson teacher, both in the school, at home. You can, but you write your exam yourself. I don't follow children to exam center. Yeah, I don't do it. I won't follow you to write jam. I won't follow you to do exam. The only thing is all that you need within what I have will be provided. But this one that parents will go to an exam center and be bribing invigilators, we are not helping them, because we are robbing them of the self-confidence and the courage we want them to build, because the foundation is already shaky. The foundation is already bad. But if the children are growing up and they know that, okay, this GC that I'm holding or this NECO that I'm holding, it's mine. Anywhere they are, they will be proud and they will be able to raise their head high, either in the university or even on the place of work. And that's why, you know, when you are saying how do I feel, I don't feel inferior to anybody, even though I'm a woman, because I know what I know. And I know that I know my job and I do it very well because I have a very good foundation. And that is what I try to instill and build in my children, especially the girl.
Yes. It's okay, ma. Let's think a little bit. In our society today, you will agree with me that immorality has taken the place of excellence in our society. Take for instance, there's one of the television widely watched show in our society. I wouldn't want to mention them. I know about it. Now, people who are doing well, people who are reading, people who are actually putting in their best to become their best are not recognized in our society. But once you find your way into that television station where they even sell sets in the national television, you become a known and celebrated individual in our society. How do we tackle this kind of thing in our society? Because we are teaching our children what they are not supposed to know.
Actually, well, personally, I don't watch it.
But some other people watch
But
it.
even my children watches it. Yes, I can't be home. I'm here now, and
You won't be at home.
you have a 24 hours television, so they do. But all I ask most of the time is, please, what are the values you are getting from this? I tell them anytime we need to talk that, okay, oh, you are watching this, okay, so what are they teaching you? And like you said, it gets me worried too. You see somebody coming out of the school with A grade throughout, come top of the class, and they give that person 50,000. I had a lady too, a girl that read the television journalism or communication, so there was one that said, how you do this? Said, sponsors will not even pay for it.
Of course, they won't.
Honestly, as a nation and as a people, we lost our values. We lost our values, and I think the only thing we can do is like an acronym that says the change starts from us. If as individuals we decide to say, okay, these things are bad, this thing is not good, don't try to change next person. Try and change yourself first. So if all of us decide to change ourselves, then we have a better society. But honestly, it's something that calls for worries. Because even when, like in your own self, you're trying to do it right, but out there, but I still believe when you start to change yourself and people around you will see the change, and you can still preach it. And one acronym I give my children again when they go to school or whatever is remember the child of whom you are. So don't go and get lost when you get out there. Always remember where you're coming from.
It's okay, ma. You've heard it. Remember the son or the daughter of whom you are. Remember where you're coming from. It's not just about today, but think of tomorrow. Now, I will not leave you without asking you these particular questions that a lot of people are actually burning with. Last December, I know we had COVID. The airfare was really, really outrageous. And you will agree with me, as with this security situation in Nigeria now, the easiest way to travel in Nigeria is air. And it's very, very outrageous last year. Why is this so, ma? And what are you people doing about it to make sure that Nigerians move from one place to another without having to burn their fingers?
Well, you know, unfortunately, the COVID pandemic affected everybody. I want to say maybe it affected the travel industry the more or the most. And another thing is, you know, this fair or pricing is a matter of market forces, the demand and supply. So I think, because I don't want to talk because I'm not an airliner.
Yeah, but
I'm an
if you talk
airport
about
operator.
the demand and supply, well, they told us that the higher the demand, the lower the price.
Okay, but in airline industry,
The higher the demand,
the higher the price, because it's like a derived demand, and by the time the few people and it's becoming few, the prices go up. We may fly on the same flight, but we might pay differently.
Exactly.
So you understand, depending on when you booked the flight.
Nice.
So that's one of the things. Then they have issues too. Some of them, the airlines, the aircraft have gone on checks, which doesn't come cheap. I know the money they use in this, the period in between March 23 and June ending, they were not flying. The aircrafts were branded. And you see, being on ground too is at a cost.
There's another technical question I want to ask. I don't know anything about it, but I feel, we understand that when you miss your flight, you are asked to pay some percentage. Then when they cancel the flight, they don't pay us anything. Why is it so? When they delay our flight, they don't pay us anything. Why is it so?
Well, unfortunately, nobody wants to delay or cancel a flight without a reasonable or important reason. So most of the time, maybe there are technical issues. I want to believe you rather travel safe than risk it and lose everything.
Same apply to us. They don't even know when we will miss our flights.
Well, that's the rule. Unfortunately, that's the rule of the game. Even for international flights,
same there.
It's the same thing.
It's okay, ma. It's been wonderful talking with you. But I want to ask you one question. I don't know how you feel, but in our society today, we have this belief that whatever thing you can do to sustain your job, do it. Have you, in one way or the other, as you're growing in this, have to sell your body or sleep with a man to sustain any position you get to as you're growing in this your career?
No. And it's a capital no. You see, one thing I do tell people is hard work pays. Hard work pays. And let me be honest with you, sleep with 100 people. When the chips are down, nobody wants to put someone that is not competent on a sensitive seat. So those things can help you a little, but cannot get you to the top. Even if it gets you to the top, it cannot sustain you.
Yeah.
So why do you do that? To me, I've never done it, and I will. But I have just a little time to go anyway. So, but for even people that think that is the way to go, it's not sustainable. It's not.
Did you hear that? It's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. So
don't
it's not worth
try
it.
Don't
even try it. Not a way out. Just work.
Believe
hard.
in yourself.
Believe in yourself. Do the right thing.
It might take time, or you will get there.
That is it. It might take time. Yes, people may not. But somebody somewhere, when they need somebody competent and important, they will talk about you.
Wow, it's been wonderful speaking with you, ma. I really appreciate this section. Please, we're about rounding up this interview. What do you have for our viewers? What is it, the message you want to tell them? Is it about the topic we talked about? Is it about any other thing, please?
Well, thank you. It's been nice speaking with you too. About the topic, we have girls watching this program. I want to tell you that you can get to the top of your game, being who you are, believe in yourself, then work very hard and smart anyway. So work smart, work hard. You have to be smart too, then you get there. Then you don't need to sell yourself to get to the top. Those ones can get you to just a level. And then to parents too, I think we are not doing ourselves and our children any good if we don't allow them to express themselves and we over pamper them. Not that we won't help them because of the challenges in the society now, but still let them be themselves. Let them follow their passion, and it will all end well, because at the end of the day, you sit down and enjoy their labor over time. And finally, COVID-19 is real, very, very real. So let's do all the protocols. And please, when you are coming to the airport, ensure you use your face mask, do your sanitizing. We have them everywhere, and obey the social distancing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming on the show. I appreciate. You've heard it from her. There's no other thing to say. For you, that lady, that woman who feel that, oh, I can do anything to sustain my job, to keep my job, to keep my business. Our guest today said, it's not sustainable. It will just do you a little. It's not sustainable. It will not sustain you. Selling your body is not the best way. Work hard. Work smart, she said. And that's what you'll be taking on today's show. If you missed this interview, you can watch it on www.baileysworld.tv. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube page and keep social distance. Wear your face mask. COVID-19 is real. People are dying. You will not die. We will not die. Love you guys.
Be this world. Changing your mindset.